Hello, my YouTube family. I hope you are coming to me healthy and having a wonderful week. And we are going to have to look into Donald Trump Jr. He had a Facebook rant, which almost made me, did not make me, but almost made me feel bad for him. Just take a look.
He did it again earlier this week with United Steak of America. At least that's what it sounded like to me. He waved like a little child to Vladimir Putin in their meeting, virtual meeting, because, you know, can't put Joe Biden in the same room as someone. He might let one rip. Guys, Joe Biden is what stands between us and a nuclear-capable China. Joe Biden is the guy they're going to call at 3 in the morning if there's a serious crisis with Russia.
So I thought we'd do a quick little reading and have a look at Donald Trump Jr. and is his drug use, possible drug use, the way that he's acting. I mean, he seems like he's out of control. Is this something that's going to affect Donald Trump Jr.? Is he going to get called out for the amount of faux pas he's been having lately? And I mean, it seems like he's drinking or doing something during these readings, or these readings, during these speeches and different things. So let's just have a look and see what's happening with Donald Jr. He's the fool. He's just whatever. Here we go. This is somebody who is drinking, probably doing drugs, you know, on the precipice of making a huge mistake, but just still willing to go. This is somebody who's immature. That's Donald Jr. right there. Going across him, the stress of knowing he's involved, the stress of knowing he's going to be called in for subpoenas, for justice, for Trump organization, for everything. That's what's going across him. It's like he's losing control because he doesn't know how. He has no control. He can't control what's coming for him. So therefore, he's drinking or doing worse than drinking. Something to do with drinking or drugs. He was feeling regret. And in one way, it's like he had to keep up the pretense that he was online with his father. But he was looking at this. This is all the things that he brought to his father. Please don't do this. You know, January 6th, you know, cut this down, stop this. Because he knew, even he knew, that if Trump had to have just cleaned himself up 10%, 15%, but he just couldn't do it. He could not keep his mouth quiet. So he told on everybody, and this is the regret for Donald Jr. He's just like his father, but there's a inkling of understanding here by him, that he's looking at all the wasted abilities that they had to have had. He blames his father. In the past, we have the moon, of course. There's shady deals being done at the, you know, shady times of the day. This is people with no morals, people with mental issues that are a family trait. Oh, on top, we've got the 4 swords: rest, relaxation, recuperation. He's doing this with some heavy drinking and drug use. This is his way of being able to stay calm. This is his way of being able to put one foot in front of the other or even get up in the morning. Knight of Cups, he's going to give information. He's going to give information. He has no other choice. And in giving that information, he's going to maintain the drinking. Ooh. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. I think this is probably people in his life, be it his mother. I don't see this as his girlfriend because it's a matronly person trying to give, you know, trying to give some advice to say, Donald Jr., you know, you have so many gifts, so many abilities, so many things. Don't do this, because they can see him going down that slippery slide. The people around him, we've got the King of Wands. So again, that's probably, it could be Ivanka and Jared. It's a man and a woman anyway, trying to give Donald Jr., but these are people that are older than him, trying to give him advice because they can see what's happening. His worry is having to defend himself. He knows that when the news says that Donald Trump would give Ivanka a chance before he would throw Donald Jr. under the bus before he would Ivanka. He knows this. He knows that he has to defend himself. But it's not just defend himself in what has happened. Sorry, it's defending himself in his drinking and his drug abuse. He's not going to give up. It's going to be there's going to be continuation with this type of behavior, which looks like it could have been caused by drinking or drugs. I see this as issues, problems coming from it. Let's just pull a few more cards. Ooh. You know what? We are not going to be surprised if he ends up having to go to some kind of drug rehabilitation or something like that. This guy is giving and taking to the point where he's going to be followed into his loss. This is drug abuse, alcoholism. He feels like an outsider, always has, and he's going to end up having to go in somewhere to get help. The Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Cups. He's not going to want this. This is not something that he wants to do, but his drinking has become in excess, and, you know, time is running out for him. Drinking or doing drugs in excess, and having to make a choice. Do I continue this way, or do I take a chance and go in for help, go in to get myself cleaned up? I really think we're going to see him going into some kind of rehabilitation, or we'll find out, because maybe we won't hear about it while it's happening, but or, you know, when things get tight, that might be his, like, get out of jail free card for a short time, or, you know, there's going to be something. There's something here where I really think, because of his health being around drinking and why would I say drinking and driving? Okay. He's going to have to go in for help. It'll be a short time that he'll go in, but he'll have to do it. For some reason, something's going to come of this. Wow, I wasn't expecting that much information to come out about Don Jr. Interesting. Interesting. So, as we're looking at the health of Donald, let's have a look at Donald Sr., because he's been seen out golfing, where he said he was going to be the 45th and the 47th president. So you can have a look here.
is so troubling for Trump because in it, he looks terrible.
Lucky to be one up. Lucky. We'll be lucky if we're up. We got it. Oh. First on G. 45th President of the United States.
45th and 47th.
47th. Yes.
I love that.
Mr. Donald Trump. Ladies and gentlemen.
Reports are saying that he looks a little bit bloated or has put on weight. I gotta say, I didn't really notice a whole lot of weight on him, but then I wasn't really sizing him up anyway. Ew. Anyhow, let's have a look and just quick look and see how Donald Trump's health is going to be. How's Donald Trump's... Let's put a timeline on this. I should have put a timeline on the Donald Jr. Let's look at the next 6 months for Donald Trump. Bring us into the summer. How's his health for the next 6 months? There's something, he's got some kind of health issue that we don't know about. He's had it for a while. Crossing, ooh. Lot of stress. He's overwhelmed with stress and his mind is racing. And there's stuff that he does not want to come out, which is causing a lot of anxiety, probably overeating. Ace of Swords. Oh, he's in a bad mood and he's saying, you know, pretty angry words, angry thoughts. This is a lot of pressure on his body. He had the 7 of Cups in the past, so just so many things. There's several things going wrong with him health-wise, but, and I mean, some of this can be mental. There's like a bunch of different things, but this stress that he's under, Ace of Swords could be he had some kind of surgery or something, some kind of surgery or something in the past, or some kind of medical situation that was tended to, he's had, and now he's getting past it. We might hear of him having some kind of surgery, whether it be dental surgery or something. Oh my God, his mind is just, he can't let go of the presidency. Okay, so there's got to be quick information, papers. So this is several things, something. Oh, wow. So quick happenings over the next little while. There's going to be communications. We might hear about something. What are we going to hear about? Walking away to something. The Queen of Wands is here. We've got the Queen of Wands, energy of getting things done behind the scenes. This could be Miss James. This could be people behind the scenes that are watching all of this. This is what's causing the stress. This is what's causing the breakdown in his health. So this is... I really think he had some kind of surgery or something that has been in the past. He's getting over it, or he's over it, I should say, but, you know, but then this is the mental stress that's on him. He's hoping to be the magician. He's hoping, literally, he is hoping that he's going to be able to do what he did in 2016 and cause an upset. He has not let go of the idea of becoming the president. Knight of Wands. Yeah, he's going to be fine over the next 6 months. He's got a lot of stress, a lot of worry. He's got a lot of paper and documents. He thought he could try to cover it, and he's still thinking that if I could try to become president, 8 months, So that would bring us, yeah, this could be like after the midterms. I think he's had health issues in the past. I think there's stress on him right now, but I think he's very motivated by the amount of trouble he's in to try to want to become president. And in his mind and his, you know, head, he thinks that's very possible. And for our next reading, I thought, let's have a look at Putin. Is he going to invade Ukraine? Is he worried about NATO, you know, fighting against him? Is he worried about Ukraine becoming part of NATO? I mean, he doesn't want to see the U.S. and allies on their border. So, I mean, I'm afraid that might push him. What is Putin going to do? Let's have a look. Is Putin all talk, or is he going to put action behind it? What's going to happen over the next few months? Say the next 3 months, let's say. What's going to happen with Putin over the next 3 months? The High Priestess, he's going to keep these cards pretty close to his chest. He has a plan, but he doesn't want us to be aware of it. He wants to keep everybody off balance, off kilter, to stay unstable. Going across him, what makes it difficult for him is strength. He doesn't have the power behind him to do what he'd like to do. Interesting. That's an obstacle, is the strength. But then that could also be one of the powers he has, because he controls gas and energy, especially when it comes to Germany and some of the European countries. So his power could be the secret of, and High Priestess being energy. Okay, let's read the cards as we go on and see what these cards actually mean. But the obstacle being the strength, and I mean, this could be the obstacle that will keep him, that will have, is the strength that, the obstacle against us is the strength that he has. Okay, let's just keep reading. Underneath it, which is moving out of his life, the Emperor, this is Trump. So moving out of his life, he's letting go Trump, that little pansy. In the past, he was keeping his eye on the U.S. He really believed that he could use Trump, and in this being in the past, waiting for his ships to come in, waiting to see, getting a plan. This is something that he's knowingly done. Waiting, looking, and trying to plan a future. Ooh, on top of it, he's planning on just saying, you know what, I'm going for it. You know, the Knight of Swords just cuts right through, goes for it. Page of Cups. Okay, it almost looks like he's thinking, you know, I'm going to go for it and do it. But then there's like this offer to calm him down. He's looking for... It's not just the money, because he wants that, but he wants to, you know, keep his name good. He wants to praise himself to his people. He wants to look like he's the one that has everything to offer. He wants to maintain his reputation. People are stressed out. They're worried around him. It's like he's keeping everybody feeling unstable, and this is causing a lot of stress, a lot of worry among NATO and other countries. Oh, and his hopes and fears, he's got the Fool. So this is like he could just, he's crazy enough that he could go for it. He's looking at what's been going on. He wants to see, our Western, with everything that's been going on in the Western countries, especially in the U.S., with Donald Trump and the ongoing issue within the U.S., this is a good time for him to strike while things are weak. And especially where he's heard about Biden not putting soldiers over there to fight for Afghanistan, that they would have to fight it alone. It's got him thinking. King of Pentacles. His plan is to look strong, to give the appearance of strength, to gain money through this positioning. I don't see a war card. I don't see him starting anything in the next couple of weeks or in the next couple of months. But there's going to be talk, there's going to be issues, there's going to be problems. And right now, it's like prior to a short time ago, he wasn't thinking about, he just wanted to test the waters, push everybody's buttons. But now he's thinking, oh my God, maybe this is the time to do it. And this is him feeling empowered, him feeling like, you know what, maybe I do have what it takes. Let's just go further. Competition, the anguish of everything, because they have the strength of being in charge of oil supplies, looking at everything from a new direction, trying to figure out how to bolster himself. Oh, an ungodly union. Oh, it's like whatever he does, he's going to get some love for it from his countrymen. But then I also see this something from the past causing issue, him having to look at it a different way. Knight of Cups coming across to save the day. The Hierophant. So it looks like this could be about the oil and gas, competition about the oil and gas. He knows that he has an angle here that he can use. He's going to cause problems. We're going to hear about heating issues and that type of thing. He's going to come in and basically say, oh, I'll turn on the heat and, help everybody out. But it's going to be because of pressure from outside forces, whether that be NATO or other countries, forcing him, trying to push back on him. But this is pushing back on him with rules, regulations. This could be the sanctions. I see him questioning what he should do, but then at the same time, there's a plan there that he may actually but I don't see war cards here. I see it more kind of just pushing your buttons and being in the news and almost and this is happening and that's happening. But it's like before he was thinking he wouldn't get away with it. It was like a long-term plan, and it kind of got screwed over a little bit when Donald Trump didn't win. But he's thinking about it again. If he went for it, what would happen? Not too much. They would just more or less say, well, let's just wait and see. It's not our issue. Not that they wouldn't be supportive. They would be, don't get me wrong. But this is sort of like waiting it out to see. So I think, there's going to be a lot of talk, a lot of fear. I think we're going to have to wait and see what happens with this energy and stuff. Because I think there's power in having the energy and having, places like Germany and them, not wanting to push Russia too much. And I think this is the game plan for Putin. interesting read. Right. So, as always, I have our Unity candle lit for each and every one of us. And until the next time we chat, please take care, be healthy, please like, subscribe, share, and do all that kind of good stuff that helps my channel. And we'll talk soon. Cheerio.